Hello, Taurus. I hope you're doing really well. Thank you for joining me on Kyla's Karmic Tarot. My name is Kyla. I am a practicing intuitive tarot reader. I've been reading tarot for about 5 years intermittently and practicing astrology essentially for my whole life. I consider myself a continual learner, though, in all things spiritual, and continue to hone my skills in tarot, including new techniques, new methods, new decks, etc. This is my launch pad. I'm really excited to start this channel. I have felt drawn to share messages on YouTube for many years now, and I'm just now getting around to it. I hope you really like what I have to say. I hope that it's helpful to you, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel and keep me around long enough to see how things progress and hopefully continually get better. So I'm going to do your reading for the month of February. I will call on all messages to be shared, love, general work, and whatnot, and see what comes up from Spirit, God, angels, the divine, basically whomever is guiding me, which I kind of say ubiquitously, or I basically call Spirit all of those things. In any case, I'm digressing. But usually these will probably tend to be love readings. That's what I like to focus on. It's usually what's most important to people. So I'm definitely not going to shy away from love, especially if that's what I'm picking up on. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck. I'm using the very first tarot deck I have ever owned. It is far too big for my hands, very difficult to shuffle. And while I will always think of it fondly, may be replaced in the near future with something that's a little bit more palmable, a little bit easier to work with. Anyway, so don't mind my very messy shuffling style, but this is what I like to do, particularly with this deck. So, Spirit, please give me the messages for Taurus for the month of February. Please let me tap into their energy. Please give me the messages for the sign of Taurus for the month of February. What's going to help them on their journey? What do they need to know? What's going to help them towards a greater good and love and life, everything that goes along with it. Please help me discern, channel the messages for Taurus to help them for the month of February. Please tell me what they need to know. Anyway, I just love Taurians. I have so many in my life. I work with so many of them. I think that you guys are fantastic. I think that you are hardworking. I think that you are stable and grounded and often the voice of reason. And I just can't say enough what this Piscean girl, how much I really respect that. And enjoy your presence. Spirit. Let me tap into the messages for us. Shuffles. Car alarm going on outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's split the deck and lay out an 8-card spread to just give me the general vibe of what's going on with you guys. I apologize in advance for the poor lighting and the poor camera setup. Please bear with me. I will improve things as I go. So you have the Emperor, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Empress, wow, Seven of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Overarching energy is the Nine of Swords. I do read reversals, and we do have some reversals here, but the good positive cards, most of them are actually in the upright, and that's pretty fantastic. Cup of tea here. So let me take in this energy. I feel like you have a really solid partnership in your life with the Emperor and the Empress. This is you guys. You're a couple. And if you're not already a couple, you will be. This is a divine type of union here. It's people who are on the same level, on the same footing. You're both equally powerful and well matched. And that's quite extraordinary that you're so close to each other already. I see the Emperor here. So likely the masculine component of the relationship, but this is going to be somewhat neutral. It's going to pick up some different energies. There's love to be offered, and he's doing it in kind of childish, loving, gentle way. And there's a brand new, fiery, passionate start to be had that is stemming from this offer of love. There's forward movement with the Chariot. It is forging ahead. And I feel like whatever concern existed prior to this, any kind of sleepless nights or anxiety is dissipating because there's forward movement. There's an expression of love, maybe that wasn't there in the past, and there is a new beginning between two equals. The issue is that it's not really in your element. Yes, it's fiery. Yes, it's passionate. Yes, there's love. Yes, you guys are counterparts, but there's a lack of stability, the lack of stable offer. It's there, but it's not quite manifested yet. I think you can build it. I think that you're both very capable of building it, but it's the passionate beginning, the love offer, recognition of each other, loss of anxiety, those are there. But the stable ground isn't quite yet. There's also, the kind of the dissolution of any childishness that existed in this partnership. Any frivolousness, silliness, flirting that was meaningless or didn't go anywhere, that's done. Also, if somebody in this relationship was really thinking about their options, not really sure what to pick, it's like if you have so many choices, the world kind of seems like, it's a box of chocolates, you can just choose whichever one and everything's a surprise, and you kind of one of you. I'm feeling it's probably more the masculine was of that mindset. That is gone now. I think that minds have been made up really about this. I think this is a positive reading. I do. I think that this is a start. I mean, it's a fresh start. It has all of the components here to be exciting. I think that it lacks groundedness, but given that you are the Emperor and the Empress, I think that you are fully capable of creating that, should you choose. So let's go a little deeper though. What is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse? What is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse for the sign of Taurus? 3 shuffles. They're actually shuffling a little bit easier for me. During the last reading, they were pretty difficult. And please do not mock my poor shuffling. This is sadly all I'm capable of with these enormous stiff cards. So, like I said, they will be replaced, but in the interim, you know, they tend to get the point across, fortunately. So, Spirit, please show me the Ace of Pentacles for Taurus. We have Judgment, 10 of Swords in reverse, and the 3 of Wands. Crowned by the Queen of Swords. I think you are just really discerning about this person. I think this person has been around for a while. They've been silly, they've been cute, they've been flirty, but it is really only just now that they are coming to you with an actual offer of a new beginning. However, you are discerning as the Queen of Swords. You're not going to settle for a passionate offer devoid of any kind of stability. That's not what you're looking for. You're the Empress. You deserve an empire, and you deserve this Emperor. You deserve to have him on solid ground with a castle and, you know, a garden and everything that makes you fruitful and fertile and feel like yourself. And you're not going to settle for anything less. You know what this person brings to the table. You've seen how they can be. And you're going to use your head about this. I think you're very well matched. But I think that a judgment call is going to be made on the fact that this offer is lacking the earthly stability that you want. And that's because you're not going to deal with any kind of pain from this relationship again. And you're not going to sit idly by and ponder when your ships are going to come in with this person. That's not going to happen anymore. You're being very direct. You're saying, hey, like, it's either you're going to offer me this stable foundation that I want, or I'm not going to do this. I know what I want. I know what I deserve. I know we are on equal footing. I know that we are counterparts, and I know you're charging forward enthusiastically toward me, but I'm keeping my head about me. I'm keeping my wits about me. I'm observing the situation, waiting for what I want. I feel you're very powerful in this. I feel that, you know, this Emperor, he's not going to come in and sweep you off your feet with his promises of love and passion and, you know, good sex and adventure and maybe taking you on a trip, moving quickly, saying these proclamations of this new start and his love for you, the Empress. Of course he loves you. Who doesn't love the Empress? It's the ideal woman. But you are not, you're taking it all with a discerning eye. You're wary of it, and I think it's because you guys have a past. I don't think it was always so stable. I think that there was some frivolity, probably some hurt feelings. And if it wasn't from him, then it was from someone else. And you're not going to deal with that again. You know, those wounds are not fresh. They are definitely in the past. You're not feeling that anymore. You're not feeling this anxiety that existed anymore about this individual or about somebody else. But you still carry the memory of it. And you know now to be discerning. Oh, shoot. Here goes all my cards. Just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Probably even more of an impetus to make sure that I upgrade here to a deck that I can actually shuffle. In any case, you know to be discerning, to avoid this kind of hurt that you clearly don't want to feel again, and this feeling of not seeing a clear future, just pondering what it can be because there hasn't been a stable offer and there still isn't one. You know better than to just sit idly by and just let them kind of pull the wool over your eyes with sweet nothings, and spending time together with no promise of any kind of stability or commitment. You're not going to go through that again. You already made your mind up that wasn't the route you were going to take again. And good for you. You shouldn't. If they want to be with you, then they can offer you a stable offer. And if you're not sure that they're going to, then you should be discerning. And when you're in the beginning of a relationship, you should be discerning. It's kind of this tricky balance of opening your heart and being vulnerable and sharing intimacy while still kind of having enough boundary so that you remain protected until you figure out if the other person is going to be a safe, stable, healthy harbor for you. And I think that that's where you are right now because of some kind of hurt in the past. Either from this person, maybe having been led on in the past. It may be seen, and it was either from this person or somebody else, but you might see the inklings of that starting to happen again, because of a lack of stability, and you're not having that, and you're watching out for it. Anyway, Spirit, please tell me the best steps forward for Taurus here. Please give me some advice for Taurus for the month of February with this situation. Three more. For Taurus. High Priestess. Eight of Swords, Two of Pentacles. I think that they are advising you that it's okay right now to not make any strides forward. I think that you have a strong intuition. You have the inner knowledge to determine the best course of action with this particular individual. And you have the skill sets to do just as I said before, which is juggle intimacy, juggle exploration, juggle fun, juggle all the joys of dating with this person, with also your discernment and making sure that you open your heart to somebody who is on the same page as you, wants the same things, who can offer you a sound, safe, stable relationship, which is what you want. You want the Ace of Pentacles. You want this new beginning that is grounded. And that's okay. A lot of people want that. And the Emperor, he wants it too. He wants to be grounded. This is somebody who wants to be settled. They're mature and established, and he has love for you, and he wants to move, and he wants to have a passionate beginning. The stable beginning hasn't quite materialized, but maybe it's still early on. But I don't think that you're going to come up against any trouble. You're not going to deal with any Ten of Swords type of situation where you feel backstabbed, betrayed, and sad, or this Three of Wands in reverse situation where you feel like your ships aren't coming on in, that maybe you were led on to believe that they would, when in reality they just never did. I think that that has already happened in the past, and I think now you have the wherewithal with the High Priestess to have the intuition to gauge the situation accurately. You're going to be stuck in your thoughts this month about it, and I kind of feel like don't run in circles around your head. You know, it's okay. This point of dating is hard. It really is. You've found somebody who's on your level, who seems extremely promising. Of course you're excited, but don't downplay it so much. Don't talk yourself into being so cautious that you don't enjoy the beauty of what is being offered here, which is like love and fun and passion and forward momentum. I think that your hard days are over, honestly. I think everything else is in the past. I think if it was from this person or from somebody else, the hurt, the, you know, the dreams that never materialize, I think that already happened, and it's not going to happen again. And I also think that you're not going to let it. I think that you can trust yourself here. I would say trust your intuition, enjoy the relationship, you know, keep your life going, you know, keep working, keep following your passions and your dreams, keep hanging out with your friends, keep doing your hobbies, and just enjoy this. This person is a good match for you and seems to want to really offer you a lot. I think that you are just up in your head about it and worried. I feel kind of like a tightness in my chest about it, and I understand feeling concerned that there's not a stable offer. I think you're going to know by the end of the month, though, whether or not that conversation needs to be had, because it's okay to communicate as well, but I just don't really feel like that's going to happen this month. Maybe you know it's not the right time, or maybe you're scared to do it, to have a conversation like, hey, like, I'm looking for stability, I'm looking for marriage, what are you looking for? I don't want to be caught in a situation with somebody who isn't quite sure and who has a lot of options and just wants to flirt and have a good time. I don't feel like that's what they're doing at all. But I feel like that conversation, that is perfectly okay to have very early on in the relationship. In fact, I know like on most apps and dating websites, it asks you right away, do you want marriage and do you want children? And one of the first conversations, at least I've had on dates, is like, what are you looking for? And that is okay. I mean, nobody should shy away from that. People look for different things. And so if you haven't had that conversation, if that's what the problem is, then I don't see it happening this month, but I do see you coming to the end of the month and feeling like you know if you should have a conversation about stability. I think you already recognize each other, that you're on the same level. I think you recognize that there is love. I think you recognize there's passion. I think you recognize that, you know, there's a lot of movement forward, that, you know, the days of frivolity and teasing and flirting and stuff that isn't meaningful, that's done. That's in the past, and you know better. You're in your strength, and you're discerning and placing judgment on situations, you know, on the situation as it unfolds in front of you, and you will be able to see, the viability by the end of the month and have those necessary conversations. Keep going, keep dating, keep listening to yourself. This is a good partner for you, and I think it's really worth a shot. And I don't think just because you guys haven't had the conversation or defined the stability of the future, it doesn't mean it's not there. It is there. It's like it just hasn't been realized yet. Keep going. You guys are equals. There's love here. I know that there's been some stuff in the past, maybe from this person or from somebody else, and it's stopping you. It's making you spooked and stopping your thoughts and feeling like, I don't know if it's going to happen. But frankly, it just might not be the right time yet for that to materialize. It could just be too early. Maybe you're two people who just don't want to talk about it yet. You know, maybe it's still in the beginning phases and you're still dating and kind of feeling things out. But you know, and you will place judgment if this person doesn't end up being, you know, who you thought they were going to be or what you wanted, then you're not going to have any issue. You're going to know intuitively that this isn't right and to stop, and that you'll be fine on your own. But I don't see that happening. You guys are divine counterparts, you know. This is a divine match. This is like the most powerful match in tarot here. Both grounded individuals, very Taurian. This is not something that is just going to evaporate. This is not somebody who is going to lead you on, especially with these, you know, this like very distinct love offer and offer of passion. I just think that it hasn't quite gotten to the house and the picket fence yet. Don't stress out. I mean, I can already see that you are kind of over that phase anyway. Maybe you went through a period in the past where there was a lot of hurt and false promises and anxiety, and I see that you're coming out of that, or you've been out of it, and you've developed this veneer of discernment and sternness and saying, I'm not going to be taken advantage of again, which is good. We all unfortunately have to learn those lessons unless we're very fortunate, or unless we're just like that naturally. But in any case, I think that your intuition is going to guide you in the right direction with this. And until then, just know this is a good partnership and that you should enjoy it and keep your life up regardless of it. Don't lose yourself. If you're a little bit stuck this month, it's okay. You'll come out of it at the end. You'll know what to do and whether or not this has a real viable future. In any case, I think this is a really amazing reading. I see that there's love in here for you presently, and I think that's really great. I think you guys are probably going to have a really nice Valentine's Day, and that's really exciting. And if you want to get in contact with me, my email will be added to my YouTube bio here very shortly. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm sorry again for the lighting and dropping the cards on the floor and kind of my novice setup. Please bear with me. Things will be more sophisticated as time goes on, I assure you. But in any case, I really hope this helped. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'll speak with you soon. Bye.